you. Neighbors in a quiet Redmond community tell Fox 13 News they had no idea a convicted child molester on the run from the military was hiding next door.
That is until cops showed up in full force, arrested the Army deserter in the front yard, and that same man is now under arrest in connection to the killing of a beloved cab driver in Tukwila. Fox 13 News reporter A.J. Janival speaking to neighbors who saw the arrest.
We're standing outside of the neighborhood where that arrest happened. I spoke to people in the neighborhood today who tell me it all went down on Friday, but still days later, there's evidence from that incident.
Shattered glass sits on the roof where neighbors say Jonathan Lee tried to escape on Friday. People in the community showed me pictures of officers with their guns drawn during the arrest. The Redmond Ridge neighborhood is full of families and close to several schools. Lee had been on the run from the military for days. He was sentenced to 64 years for child molestation in a court-martial hearing, but decided to desert JBLM 4 days before his conviction. Army officials say Lee fled on the same day that Tumwater taxi driver, 34-year-old Nick Hokema, left for what would be his last shift.
He taught me that no matter how insignificant it is or seems, to always say, "I love you" before you go to bed.
Nicole Charcoti could never imagine it would be the last time she spoke to her partner. For 2 weeks, she waited for answers. Now, we're learning a person of interest in Nick's case was hiding in this home in Redmond.
But at least they're working to find the person that did this and make them pay.
We also know Nick's stolen red cab was found nearby with the taxi stickers pulled off. Facing felony charges, I asked the Army Criminal Investigation Division and JBLM officials how Lee would be able to escape a military base. The Army CID told me to ask JBLM, and JBLM told me to ask the CID. I'm still waiting for answers.
It's the Tukwila Police Department who's the main investigating agency in the murder of Nick Hokema. Since we've learned the identity of the person of interest arrested in this case, Jonathan Lee, the department has said nothing. I reached out to them last night. I reached out to them today. The last thing they said earlier in this week is they would have an update sometime next week. The minute we learn more information, we'll keep you up to date. Reporting here in Redmond, I'm A.J. Janival, Fox 13 News.